Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's your man, Adam Ace Spencer, here with another growth portfolio update where we contribute $25 a week into our M1 Finance growth portfolio. Now, of course, we do also have our dividend portfolio, which I did that update yesterday. So if you're new to the channel, go check that out. That is doing a little better than this portfolio because, as you guys can see, over the past day, we are down 5.45%. Over the past week, we are down 9.15%. Over the past month, we're down 36.43%. Over the past quarter, we're down 22.08%. In 1 year, we're down 55.76%, which is the same as all time since we started this back on October 11th, 2021. Now, hey, our current value of this portfolio, as you can see, is $910.31, which has a negative gain of $614.50. Now, one of the important things I want to point out is that I am going to show you the steps that you can take to remove a company from your portfolio here in M1 Finance, or more specifically, move a slice from your pie. And because we're getting to a point where I'm like, everything is so cheap. I would rather my money go towards the companies I truly, fully believe in 100%. And there's been one company that's been lingering in this portfolio, pretty much since day one, where I decided to add them here. And I feel like it kind of stands out a little bit. Maybe they don't. But I'll share it with you who, and again, show you the steps that you'll take in a moment. But let's do our regular update where we see who is performing best and who's performing worse. At the top of our list, you have ChargePoint, who is down 4.48%. Then we have Nvidia down 22.86%. CleanSpark down 28.27%. SEMrush down 41.38%. Bakkt Holdings down 47.13%. FuelCell Energy down 49.27%. Palantir down 56.74%. DraftKings down 69.74%. And Coinbase is down 70% at the bottom of our list. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, well, since they're down so much, that's probably who he's going to get rid of. And Coinbase is not the company I'm thinking about. Now, there technically is a second company who is kind of in the crypto space that I was a little, it's a little iffy, but I do want to give them a chance to prove themselves and develop more. And that company I'm talking about is Bakkt Holdings. Part of me is like, all right, the more I look at the app, and kind of starting to see similar competition out there as well. I just feel like Bakkt isn't doing as much as they could, at least with engaging with, their an audience, with the community, people that are supporting it. I feel like they're lacking there. But I do still want to give them a chance. I'm not going to sell Bakkt Holdings yet. Instead, the company that we are going to be letting go of is FuelCell Energy. And as pointed out again, we're down 70, about almost 50%, but $75 with them, which is equal to 3 weeks worth of contributions. So, being down with any stocks in your portfolio, it's going to be part of the game, right? It's part of the flow, right? It has to happen at some point, pretty much. It's going to be inevitable for the most part. But you don't lose until you sell. So to be in this position where I'm like, ooh, I got to literally lose 3 weeks worth of contributions from making this move, it has to be one that is it's a sacrifice. And for me, I look at it like I would rather, while everything is down, I would rather the contributions be made towards companies I fully and truly believe in, like 100%, or maybe at least 90%. FuelCell has always been like on the lower end of the belief spectrum, and so this is I think that time to let them go. And you can see right here it amounts to a little over 22 shares. Have an average price of $5.73, so it's not bad. And this is why it's kind of frustrating for me, because I'm like, we can get back to 573, I feel like, pretty easily. But again, while everything is down in our portfolio pretty much and like across the market, it makes the most sense to make sure your money is going, to the companies and the places where you believe it will benefit most, or where it should be at least in 5 years or a year or 10 years or however long it is. And like I said, everything is down, everything is cheap, everything is on sale. Why should I continue to put my money behind a company I don't fully believe in? And I'm just kind of, it's, iffy. And I would just rather all of this money that we have right here, this $91.50, be spread out among the companies I currently have, and not, continue to invest in this company when I don't fully believe in it. And, it's just, it's time. So now, to show you guys how you want to go about actually removing a company from your pie, all you got to do is come over here to the edit button. You're going to click on fuel cell, and I will click on this remove button, and it says add 10% to total 100%. Now, this is where, I was saying before, if you want to consider, because technically we don't, maybe you want to have 10 companies in your portfolio or pie, whatever you want to call it, in total, in which us letting back, a fuel cell go will bring us down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 in total. But yeah, it's pretty simple to remove a company. All, like, literally what we did is all you got to do, click on the company, press remove. And then, as it says, though, we do have to increase our percentage in one or all of the stocks that we have here. And this might be, the best time to really evaluate the stocks that you have in your portfolio, and really try to, I guess, grade them based off of what you believe is going to be, the best performing stock in your portfolio, or what has the greater upside potential. Or alternatively, you just continue to kind of invest in a way that allows you to almost just make it even across the board. I could have just pressed, I think, equalizer would have did it. Let me see. Press that, equalize, and that will automatically adjust it. So you got 13, 13, 13, and then we got the 12, 12, and 12. Now, again, do I believe backed holdings has the greatest upside potential in this portfolio? I don't. So I certainly wouldn't have them be a 13 if I was to say, okay, I'm going to do this process. Maybe we think ChargePoint, or more specifically, at least in terms of the companies that are more proven already and established, like Nvidia. That's someone I feel good about, and where they'll be in 10 years or 15 years or 5 years, and confident about them, more so than most of the other stocks in this portfolio. So that would certainly make sense to have them at 13%. Then we got Palantir, a company that's pretty established in their, for what they're doing and being able to make sense of data and whatnot. But they have a lot of upside potential with them, knowing that they're going to be starting to work in a whole different, with businesses, basically, instead of only working with governments. And they've kind of been attacked, I feel like, with Kathy Wood selling them, and then just other, so is that something that I'm going to lower down to 12? Definitely not. We'll leave that at 13. DraftKings might be something I put down to 12, because it just seems like we still got a ways to go until legalization of gambling across the country, where they'll be able to really, as long as they continue to stay at the front of the industry. And this is kind of my view with like everyone here. As long as they can kind of continue to be a major player in their particular industry, then I'm going to feel good about them, and keep them here at 12, because I'm not entirely sure or confident that they will be that leader. Like Nvidia is like, all right, they're going to be like top 3 in 5 years, probably 10 years. So, I feel good about that. Coinbase, same difference. It's kind of still early. We are starting to see more regulations around cryptocurrency, so that does make me feel confident about them. They are, a major player. I have money in a Coinbase account, so I do use Coinbase as well. So they certainly have the opportunity to be, to get that extra percentage. But again, they're kind of similar to DraftKings, still has a ways to go. So I'm going to keep them at 12. SEMrush is a company that most people don't know about, and I actually am a big fan of, and their tools and whatnot, and they're kind of just a major player within their industry, digital marketing and stuff like that. So I do believe this might be someone that we can give that extra 1% to. So we're going to have so far Nvidia, Palantir, and then SEMrush with 13%. As you can see, we got one more that needs 1%. And we have down here ChargePoint and then CleanSpark. And both of these could, be elite. I mean, ChargePoint, obviously, EV industry is only going to get bigger. They have the opportunity to be, they're pretty much the number one, I would say, in terms of access to charging, stations and whatnot. ChargePoint is kind of the top dog, I would say, but it doesn't mean they're going to be the best, especially knowing that like right now they're not the fastest. So those are different things to consider and say, okay, yeah, they're killing it. They can continue to kill it, but at the same time, similar to like I was saying before, doesn't mean they will be the leader. And you can kind of say the same thing with CleanSpark, but they're also, I like that they are doing pretty well with getting into more into cryptocurrency and whatnot. And I just like the way that they're trying to tackle this whole clean energy and whatnot. But also, I know it's expensive, and we got to see them continue to lower costs and whatnot while being able to do more mining and things like that. So, there's a few different influences that would make me say, okay, I want to put it behind ChargePoint versus CleanSpark. But I'm kind of curious. Maybe I do a poll for you guys to let me know, like, what do you think? Who should get that extra 1%? And maybe it just doesn't even make a difference. I mean, it's 1%. But and maybe it shouldn't even be the way I currently have it. I mean, maybe I should consider making it the way I was initially saying, where, Nvidia would be number one. I would say Bakkt would probably be somewhere on the lower end, if anything, not as high as it currently is. So again, you got to make these decisions based off of what you really believe in, and you can always change these things as well. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to keep it one way, hence us being able to remove fuel cell at this point in time. So what I'm going to do here is give that 1%. And hey, like I said, maybe you guys comment down below. Let me know what you think. I could always come back and change it. Who do you think we should give that extra 1%? And maybe it's someone else in here instead of ChargePoint and CleanSpark. But me personally, right now, I think I want to give that extra 1% to CleanSpark. Now, again, ChargePoint might end up doing better. It is what it is. Only time will tell. But I am satisfied with the way this is looking right now. Again, in a week, maybe I'll feel a little different and I'll say, you know what, maybe I will change it and just do it, Nvidia at 15%, Palantir at 13, and so on and so on. But for now, we're going to leave it like this and run with it. You're going to come up here, press save, and bam, letting you know the changes that they're going to be making. So removing fuel cell and then updating all of the other stocks in here. I'll do confirm. And bam, you can see fuel cell is no longer being displayed here. And if you go down, it says remove slices, fuel cell. And you can see over here, it does say you have 6 buys and 1 sell upcoming for tomorrow's trade window. So, I mean, hey, this obviously isn't something that I really wanted to do. $75 again is 3 weeks worth of contributions that we're losing. We're cutting our ties, and you got to take your losses sometimes. But like I said, I'd rather use all these weeks, that I've brought it up numerous times in multiple videos, and it just makes sense to stop continuing to contribute your money towards a stock that you don't really believe in while everything else is so cheap, and then you can instead buy those other stocks. Now, if everything else wasn't so cheap and it was just that fuel cell was down, I probably, wouldn't make this move right now because I wouldn't be benefiting in a way that, oh, I can one use the money from fuel cell right now to buy those other stocks while they're cheap because they're not cheap, if they weren't, like I was saying. But then two, the ongoing weekly contributions that I make, that money is continuing to go towards fuel cell every week while it's in here. And it just, again, doesn't make sense because I wasn't really believing in it. It's just a little iffy. And I think I'd rather my money go towards these other stocks here in the portfolio. So let me know what you guys think about this move and how the portfolio is doing as a whole. Do you have a growth portfolio? Maybe you have a dividend portfolio or a mixture, a combination. One of my personal portfolios is actually a combination where I do get a few, dividends here and there, but it also has some growth plays. So that's a nice blend of this, that, and the other. But maybe you like the whole approach of just having a committed portfolio that's focused on one type of stock, growth or value, dividends, whatever. Let me know what you guys think. How is your portfolio doing? I mean, the market has been brutal. Growth plays have been getting attacked like crazy. And, the story hasn't changed and probably, unfortunately, won't change anytime soon. That said, you can't be discouraged or mad. If anything, be glad because we are doing a dollar cost averaging strategy that allows us to benefit from these low, cheap prices that we're currently experiencing. Only, of course, with the belief that all of these stocks will go up higher. And, it's just that repetitive cycle. Things go up, things go down, and, the cycle continues. So, hey, let me know what you guys think about how the portfolio is going. And what do you think about letting fuel cell go? And feel free to comment if you have any thoughts about maybe there might be a growth play that you think we might like and might want to consider adding to the portfolio. But all right, my friends, much appreciation for watching. If you haven't already, like this video and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of our latest and upcoming video content. But all right, my friends, you already know I gotta keep it moving, but I'll see you in the next video. Peace.